Hey, I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackGear.com. Today we're going to talk about the difference between one-piece and two-piece riding suits. So we were in the video room today, right? We've been shooting some videos during Corona Apocalypse Lockdown, V2, and we were reviewing a pair of leather pants and jacket from A-Stars. And Caleb and I were talking. I'm like, it'd be a great idea, dude. Let's do a video covering the differences between a one-piece and a two-piece suit to help our customers decide which one's going to be best for them. That's really what this is about. I've got my preferences, but don't let them color your decision. You want to really look at how am I going to use this, okay? Because there's pros and cons to it for sure. If you're going to do a lot more street riding, then odds are the two-piece is probably going to be your best avenue, right? If you're going to do a lot more track riding and just spirited, twisty road riding, well, then a one-piece certainly becomes much more of an option. And there's different ways to skin the cat too. Like let's say that you're working with a budget and you want to get some good quality stuff, right? But you have a reasonable budget to work with. There's also always the option of getting both. And when I say that, I'm talking about let's talk about our RST Track Tech Evo 4 suit. At $499, I just reviewed that a couple weeks ago. This thing is a home run, right? So for a lot of riders, let's say you're going to do some of those canyon carving rides and you're going to hit some track days, a few track days every year. At $499, that might fit into the budget of having both, right? A good jacket and a good one piece. And then in the end, you'll really end up with the best of both worlds. Okay, now let's focus on the advantages and the disadvantages of a one piece, okay? Let's start off with the pros. It's simply more comfortable. I know you're probably like, really, dude? Yes. Okay, and here's why it's more comfortable. The single biggest reason is with a two-piece, and we're going to illustrate this further on down this video. With a two-piece, you've got a good 4 inches of material overlapping here, okay? So not only do you have the thickness of the material, but you'll have the liner of the jacket, the liner of the pants, right? The attachment system, those zippers, how they're sewn to the jacket, that all adds bulk in the waist area. And that's all pretty much in exactly the spot where you're going to be moving, right? Because when you're on the motorcycle and you're in that tuck position or just riding, period, where are you bending? Well, you're bending at your waist, okay? It's a very athletic thing, whether you're riding some twisty roads and dragging knees or you're hitting track days. That is going to be, in my mind, the biggest reason to go with the one piece over the two piece. And I learned this very early on. When I first started riding on the track, I had a two piece suit. And when I rode in it, at first I'm like, okay, breaking this all in, this is a chore, and just never really got great. When I got my first one piece and I got over putting it on and taking it off, right, I'm like, wow, this is so much better. Another pro is going to be, I would say, safety. Instead of having a zippered connection, like we're using, this is my own suit now, it's my Absolute, it's just stitched together in one piece, okay? So the likelihood of it coming apart there is slim to none. Not gonna happen, okay? What are the cons, all right? The cons are gonna be, they're very simple. One, to just go for a short ride on the road with this, probably not gonna wanna go through putting it on and jumping on the bike, and then you look like a Power Ranger, right? When you walk into Starbucks to get your coffee. Probably not that appealing, right? You could use it for some of the spirited, twisty road riding for sure, and I think a lot of riders do that, but you lose that flexibility of having a separate jacket and pants where you can just throw on the jacket and have your riding jeans, right? And go for a quicker, more casual ride. You lose that option for sure. And I would say that is going to be probably the biggest negative. When it comes to price, depending on what garments you're going, we just did a review on the Atom V3 jacket, 700, the Track V2 pants from A-Stars. Those are basically $600. You're right there. You're $1,300. You're at that price point, or actually in excess of the price point of, say, their missile suit, which is $999. okay? Different price points available, so, price-wise, you're going to end up somewhere in about the same ballpark. And I would also like to add that the overall riding experience, you get a really good one piece that's cut ergonomically. Like this one is far less comfortable to be standing up in than it is to be on the bike. This thing, when I'm on the bike, it just kind of disappears. It's more comfortable when you're on the bike and riding. Okay, so now here I am wearing a two-piece suit. What we have here is this is all premium stuff. This is really nice stuff. This is the Alpinestars Atom V3 leather jacket and the Alpinestars Track V2 leather pants. They zip together with basically a full circumference about here to here, okay? So you have about maybe 3 or 4 inches in the front that's not zipped up. Attachment system, okay? It is relatively robust. Focusing on the benefits of this right now. Obviously, if you're a street rider, right, who does some riding without wearing leather pants, say sometimes you have a pair of Aramid riding jeans, going for a quick ride and it's more convenient, right? If you have yourself a proper jacket like this that's cut to the proper length, right, because this jacket is full street length, you can go out and use that for it, right? Makes a lot of sense. Now, let's say on the weekends, you're going to hit your favorite twisty roads with all your buddies, you want a little more protection, you can quickly pull on the leather pants and go out and you got yourself a nice two-piece suit for the day. It's very convenient in those terms. Also for track days, let's say that you're only going to do maybe a track day a year, it's really not something you're into in a hardcore fashion. These will also allow you to do that and have a good measure of protection. Now let's focus on the negatives with a two-piece suit like this, okay? Because that's really what this video is about, to give you guys all the information you need to choose what's right for yourself. First off, let's talk just about the safety portion, okay? Yes, these are zipped together and that's great and it's pretty strong. I can assure you it's not quite as strong as having the full one-piece leather suit, okay? Odds are that's not going to be a big problem, but that is something that you do want to consider. If safety is your number one thing, then the one-piece suit, right, is going to be safer. I want to focus really on comfort. When I first started riding on the racetrack, I had a two-piece suit. It was actually a Vanson suit. They make really nice stuff, right? I bought it at a local dealer, and I would sometimes wear the pants on the street, sometimes not. And then when I started going to the racetrack, right, I wore them all the time. Having them zip together like this, you naturally have to have some degree of overlap, okay? So in this case, let's show you what that looks like. There's the waist of the pant. And here's my overlap. What is that, a good 4+ inches, okay? And you have all this additional thickness there. We've got the leather, right, the seams, we've got the interior of the jacket, we have the zipper, all those things. It adds bulk in that area, okay? Remember, riding's a pretty athletic thing. Where are you bending? Well, you're bending pretty much right here. And you can see this all kind of bunches up a little bit right in that area where you're trying to move. So you lose a little comfort for sure. Putting it on and taking it off, I'll also add, like, everyone's going to do it a different way. Some people might pull the pants on first and then pull the jacket on and then try to get your zip all the way around, right? Can be a little bit challenging, but you can get that done. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it, and how I do it, is I'll zip the pants and the jacket together, pull the pants up so it's like a one-piece suit. Now I'll pull the pants up and then throw the jacket over my shoulders and then get everything attached and zipped up. It's another way to do it. But the funny part is putting this on is pretty much as tricky as putting on a one-piece. All right, man, there you have it. Use that and as a guide to help you choose which combination is going to be best for you. And always remember, I am here to help you choose the best gear for your next ride. I've ridden in both. I've ridden in the two-piece. I've ridden in a whole lot of one-pieces. And I'm happy to help y'all out.